Welcome back to the channel, folks. If you're new here, this is John, and I am going to talk a little bit about today about some of my van life gadgets and particularly security issues and security setup for those of you who might be wondering. And I'm going to try a few new things this winter, and we'll see how they work out. Probably the first thing to think about when you are thinking about security for your van is where are you located? Where are you parked? Don't be in a sketchy place or around sketchy people, and just know your surroundings and know what things you need to put in place before you bed down or camp out if you're traveling or other places. You just want to be sure that you are in a safe place. And that's 99% of the entire task is where are you located. One of the newer things that I have installed are these security cameras. Now, these are inexpensive, kind of Chinese made Wi-Fi cameras that are motion sensitive and have night vision. So I have one here, and then I have one around the other side. Just come around the van here, and there's one here that as well. And I've been testing these for a few days, and they seem to work pretty well. They allow me to kind of hook up my phone, and if there's a weird noise or something, or if I need to talk to someone outside, I can see if it's the police or some other person just nosing around the van trying to cause trouble. And then the other little thing I've had for a while, and it works really well, is my motion sensitive light, just a cheap solar light that I got from Walmart that is zip tied to the top of my rack. I've noted that zip ties, I'm using steel zip ties now. A lot of times the nylon zip ties in harsh weather, and they dry out and they crack, and then things pop off the van, so we don't want that. But I've got these things zip tied up there. I'm not sure exactly how well the little base is going to work out up there in that location. My plan is that when I'm driving, I'll just take these down, unscrew them, and let them recharge. And then if I'm in a situation where I need them, or I feel like it would be helpful at night, then I will hook them back up and turn them on. But otherwise, these are the setup, and so far so good. They've been working pretty well. They will spot whether or not it's a person walking by or just some motion, and you can adjust the sensitivity of these things. You can have an alarm, you can have them be a little, they have a little light as well. It's motion detecting, and they have really good night vision, so I think that's going to work out pretty well. We'll see. So television is really handy, especially free over-the-air television when you're on the road, being able to scan local channels and find local news and weather, just in case that you don't find one in your area that's streaming. This is really handy, and if you ever get bored, you can always watch a football game or something too. So I'm going to be installing this new antenna today for the television to replace the one that blew off in a windstorm. This antenna is a dipole antenna, and I'm going to be mounting it to the top of my roof rack. My hope is that with the lower profile and the more aerodynamic profile, it will not be as subject to the wind, but I am going to get it to the top of my rack somehow here and connect it into the television connector that I already have up there, and see how that works for me in terms of getting channels. So of course what I'm going to do is void the warranty on this thing. I don't buy the extra warranty anyway, so that's no big matter. All I did was unscrew these things, and I'm going to take the cover off of it, and you can see inside that's all the electronics. I was hoping maybe there was a spot I could put a couple holes in and get some places to anchor the zip ties to create some little loops that'll help me anchor it to the top of my setup. But seeing what's inside, we'll see how that works. I'm not sure exactly where I'm going to put those holes, but we'll figure something out. After looking where it will attach on the back,
of my rack, I'm going to drill a hole there, and then another one over here by this other dipole, and that should give me a good anchor for putting it on the roof rack. See here, I've just threaded these little steel cable ties through one of the holes in the back side of it, and I'll probably do some silicone sealant around it when I'm done. But just make little loops. These will then anchor from the one side to the other under the rack, and then I'll also anchor the dipoles down, which are metal, aluminum or something that conducts, radio waves. And then I'll do another one in here and another one back here, and that'll give me a good thing to loop more cable ties down, and then I'll probably use this as well to help anchor it and stabilize it. As you can see here, it is cable tied to the roof rack, not going anywhere, nice and secure, not going to fly off or get tilty. It's latched on under through the dipoles and through those whole little saddles I made, and then through the middle pole, so it's not going to be twisting around or flying around in the wind. And that is the important thing. And then the car, of course, jostles. It'll jostle a little bit, but everything jostles in a van. One of the things you have to always remember when doing anything in a van is you are engineering for a lot of wind and a lot of turbulence and shaking, because you're always in a state of earthquake in a van, so everything shakes around. But so far things have held on pretty good with these things, and I've reinforced the steel ties around my backup camera as well to reinforce the nylon ones that were there before, so nothing should snap off this time. Do a little splice on these cables. I'm going to cover that up with some weatherproof tape, but this is what we call avoiding the warranty van lifestyle. There's room for one more cable tie. The TV, I'm really hoping I can continue to use the same coaxial cable I had before. I really don't want to run a new one up in this squirrel's nest of yikes. But it'll connect, and then I think there's a power adapter thing too for the signal, and then if I go back into here, you can see it's kind of tight back there, but I'm hoping to run it off the USB that is in the TV too, so we'll see. Use as little power as possible for things that want to continuously drain power. Turns out there's not a USB cable connection back there, so I will use the one that is on the power strip up top and just disconnect things like this little wire that recharges a interior light. It's rechargeable, so I don't need to have that plugged in all the time anyway, so turn that off. And yeah, so it is what it is. We'll see how this thing works, and then I can clean up my crazy cabling. Maybe someday I can figure out how to cover that up or something, but yikes. I do need to get to it from time to time to unplug things and to different power strips. This power strip up here is connected directly to shore power, but then the bottom one is actually connected to the inverter. So yeah, we've got a rat's nest of wires, but I know what they are, and so we'll work with that. So let's turn on the TV and see what we get from our cheap little TV we got from a thrift store. If you know, you know. $10. Habitat for Humanity thrift store. It works for me really well, though. It's a really nice little short TV, pretty cool. Has a PC connection, but does not have the USB. Go figure. But let's see if we can get the thing to scan. I'll go to TV. Figure out my buttons. And then I want to do a channel scan. So menu button. Scroll over. Channel. Scan. Let's see if we find any channels. Oh, it looks like it's finding a few. See if they're decent or not.
We're waiting for the scan. You might be wondering, why would I want a TV, an aerial TV in the van? Well, when you are traveling, it is nice to check local weather reports and any other signals. So this van supposedly outdoor aerial, gets a 200-mile range, but probably not. The reality is, but when you are in an area, you can get a signal. It's good to check weather, local news. If crazy stuff is going on, because we all know crazy things are happening all over. And so that is one of the reasons why having an over-the-air television in the van is really handy. Plus, when you're bored, you want to watch a football game. That's how you get good live channels for football or college football or basketball or whatever you're into. No judgment. But anyway, that's why I have this set up here. I also, back here, for your interest, have an SDR. Let me go back here. An SDR radio, and it's back up there, and it connects to the PC. And again, there's a little antenna on the top of the roof that picks up SDR radio for when I need to get local radio or over the air, or even want to listen to shortwave radio from around the world. SDR is really cool. That gives me some more radio signals. This van, if you live in a van, you are in basically a Faraday cage. So there are the signals, cell phone boosters, the antennas and things are really necessary to be able to get good signals from outside your van into the van when you want to make sure that you're getting the best access to radio. So radio and TV. So there you go. So it looks like it found some TV signals. Let's see what we get. Let's flip through some channels. I don't know the channels here in Tucson very well.
So they add savory
there we go.
seasoning and tempting
There's a
curry
channel that comes
flavor to
in, and
every
yes, we can
delicious
get a great little
Now that's
television
enough to make you
commercial.
order a special delivery.
There we go.
Like a lot.
They're really
So
good
that one's
stuff.
coming in pretty good.
Sensationally seasoned.
With ads. Ads are everywhere. When you're dealing with new electronics or whatnot, they always come with these, or often come with like these little twist ties, and this one came with some little cheapo cable ties, but I always hang on to these. These are Van Life Gold. So if you know, you know. You gotta have things to tie them down so they don't go flying around. Other little van security tips. I travel with a dog, little Chihuahua, but pug Chihuahua, so he's a big Chihuahua, but he has a huge bark, and people just don't want to mess with you if you have a dog. So I keep a little dog with me. He's my best friend, but he also provides extra security, because he's always on the alert and will start growling or rough when something's not quite right, so I can investigate ahead of time, because his ears are much better than my old ears. But dogs, they are one of those good van life security things too. Not just your best friend, but your best security guard. Look at you. Aren't you vicious? Oh, van life security dog. Yes, my security. Yeah, you go. You good.